There we go. Got it. Make sure I ain't repping no other brands, though. You know me. We laugh. Okay, Texas Tech. We're live. Annie Up Consultant. What's the Line podcast? Just getting some things straight. You know, I needed to get my podcast notes printed out. My handy dandy stapler. How you guys feeling today, man? How you guys feeling? Week 14, so almost at the end of the line.
Long season, bro.
Mm-hmm. We pushing through. I think I'm fighting to get to 55. I think I'm at 48% on the year. I'm fighting.
Yeah, I'm also fighting too. Dog days of the NFL. I actually caught a nap today. If you all know me, I do not nap. It's very tough for me. I woke up scrambling. Now my notes are just getting done, but it's all right. We're going to make it happen. Once again, we're live on YouTube. What's the Line podcast live stream brought to you by anothergreatadventure.com, your place for luxury travel, food and wine tours, sporting events, and more. You want to go to Super Bowl this year? Greatadventures.com. You need to hit them up. You want to go to the World Cup? Anothergreatadventure.com. You need to hit them up. Tell them Annie Up sent you. But yeah, they have everything that you need. And we're in week 14 now, gentlemen. A lot of stuff going on as I take away all these tabs on my phone. Good God, what have I been doing today? Week 14, gentlemen. Let's get right into it while I start to tweet things out. All right. And we're back. Annie Up Consultant presents What's the Line podcast. What's the Line podcast brought to you by anothergreatadventure.com, your place for luxury travel and travel expenses. I'm gonna start that over actually.
Yeah.
All right, but hold on. And we're back. Annie Up Consultant presents What's the Line podcast, week 14. We are brought to you by anothergreatadventure.com. They're your place for luxury travel, food and wine tours, event tickets, and more. If you want to go to, these major sporting events, they're the place to get you there. Once again, anothergreatadventure.com. I'm your host, the meticulous Mark P., also host of Annie Up University, co-guest on the What's the Line Monday morning podcast, along with our guy, Mike Curry. Mike, how you feeling today, man?
I'm good, man. 6 man's here 2 weeks in a row. Last week was great, but that was last week, man. So we got to move on, got to keep pushing. Good to see the rest of you guys here, though, man.
Yes, that's Mike. Shout out to him last week. That sharp play on the Seahawks plus the 3.5 outright winner. But yeah, he's Curry in the pot. Mike Curry, our guy. All right, Soundman, back again off last week. Vacay, you enjoying your birthday? How you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Much needed week off last week. And just, finally got to watch football last weekend. I haven't really watched football all month, thanks to people want to have kids as well as myself. But got to watch some football. I'm ready to go. Hopefully get back on track, man. I'm ready to go.
All right. And Papa Keith back with us, week 14. How you feeling, Keith?
Feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm ready to get back to it. Week 14, we're in the home stretch.
Definitely the home stretch. It's coming down to the wire. And let's get right into it, gentlemen. Thursday night football. Steelers are at the Vikings. Steelers coming off a big win Vikings coming off maybe the worst L in franchise history. I'm not too sure. But yeah, they lost to the Lions. Vikings favored by 3 at home. Short week. Steelers on the road. Sound man, I'm gonna start with you on this one. Vikings favored by 3 at home against the Steelers. What do you think about this game?
I don't really have too much for this game. I'm really taking the fan perspective here. Steelers, go ahead, win outright for the rest of the season. Your guy Ben said I'm done. Let's just ride it out. Win all these games for Ben here. Short week here. Vikings just all lost, demoralizing to the Lions. I don't know how they did it. All you didn't have to do was allow a touchdown, and you sit in the end zone and you allow a touchdown. They're gonna come in here a little defeated or whatever. Steelers is coming off a good win. Let's just win out for Ben at this point. That's all I got here. Fan perspective here. Win out for Ben at this point, man. I'm gonna like the Steelers here. A dog on the road as well. So I love a dog. So I'm gonna take the Steelers here.
Yep, should be noted. The Steelers as a road dog under Mike Tomlin, 31-19 and 1 against the spread. And that's since 2007. Keith, what do you think about this game? Vikings favored by 3 at home against the Steelers. Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, I actually got a like on the Steelers here. I think I feel a little stronger about it than Soundman. I thought you were going to lean with him, and you ended up saying you like him, so we both ended up liking him. But yeah, I think I like him because I feel like it's a winning range and poor situation for the Vikings. They're battling I feel like one too many injuries. Their safety blanket Thielen is probably going to miss this game with the high ankle sprain. I'm not expecting to bounce back on the short week. Dealing with that. And when you look at this Vikings team, like you look at them, and the defense just hasn't been good all year. To Soundman's point, it's Big Ben's last hurrah, allegedly. But is it official, or is it just still like hearsay?
It's still
hearsay. Yeah, we're expecting Big Ben to retire after the season. So an energized Steelers team, or I'm looking at this situation where there's a team that's not poorly coached. I'm assuming. They're not going to just give up on the season. They're going to play for something. And it's honestly something has a game situation, but both teams, the Steelers are a team that travel well with that defense. They're great as road dogs. And the Vikings, randomly, they're a bounce back team. I think it's just going to be a situation. There's a little too much to bounce back from right now. On the short week, dealing with too many injuries. I like the Steelers.
Yep. Okay. Keith likes the Steelers here. Soundman is also with the Steelers. Mike Curry, how you feel about this game?
Yeah, leaning with the Steelers here. I just feel like it's kind of like a wrap for the Vikings, like this whole Mike Zimmer regime. I just feel like it's over. Like I felt like that was a game that they needed to win. I mean, they're still not mathematically out of the playoffs by any means, but that's just the demoralizing win. Like, and they've been in these close games all year. And you're playing a winless team in your division. I just felt like that was a win you got to take care of. The Steelers, they're almost in that category. They're still fighting and clawing for a playoff spot. So I think, every game is imperative for them. And, they got some momentum beating the Ravens. And I like Mike Tomlin as a road dog. So, yeah, let me get that. I'm going to lean with the Steelers, though, plus the 3.
All right, for me, quickly, because it's just a Thursday night game, I'm actually going to go on the opposite side. I'm going to lean with my bestie and a testy, Mike Zimmer, minus the 3 points. I think that, when we talk about older quarterbacks, short weeks don't help them at all. So, Ben Roethlisberger, is he going to continue to be able to throw the ball down the field with just 3 days of rest? I'm unsure about it. I know this Vikings team can throw the ball. And I know that, Dalvin Cook is going to be missing. However, I love Alexander Madison as a backup for him, not to match the exact same level, but to play of a similar caliber. And you can run on the Steelers defense. They're giving up over 130 rushing yards per game. And then my guy, Mike Zimmer against the AFC, 21-11 against the spread. You're not eliminated out of this yet. I know Rome, he thinks the Steelers will not be 500 this year. They're right on track. So I'm going to ride with Rome and say the Steelers will not get to that point, and the Vikings will win by 3 points or more. So I'm going to lean with the bestie and the testy here, minus the 3 points, going against a Steelers team that cannot run the ball and an old quarterback coming on a very short week of 3 days rest. So I'm going to go with the Vikings in that one. Just a lean right now, though. Could be a like later.
I like that. I like that better for our odds because we all didn't like it. So it's like, just a lean.
Yeah, just a lean though for right now. All right. Next game on the board, Ravens at the Browns. Browns favored by 2.5. Yes, the Browns are favored by 2.5. Last time these two teams played a couple of weeks ago, Browns had a bye week and now they're back. They're favored by 2.5, total of 42. Give you guys some stats. The Browns 1-3 against the spread after a bye with Baker Mayfield as the quarterback. The Ravens 9-6 against the spread division games under Lamar Jackson. Also, they are 4-2. The Ravens are against the spread as a road dog under that same span. Start with you here, Keith. Ravens catching 2.5 at the Browns.
Yeah, I think I gotta like with the Ravens here as well. It's a division game. I hate to like these, especially the road team in the division. But covering the 2.5 here, I think I just like this Ravens team as an overall a better team, but also just in this matchup specifically. Obviously, the Browns are a team that like to run the ball. The Ravens happen to be the best team against the run. So in quick maps, I'm just gonna ride with the Ravens to win on game plan. I think the Ravens, while the Browns definitely have the better backs, overall running team, when you add in the obvious factor of Lamar Jackson, I think they do that. They play that style better, especially if both teams are going to come into it saying that that's what they want to do. So I'm gonna like the Ravens. It's closer to a leanish like, but I'm just gonna like them because I love you hate the Browns. I just hate what they're about.
All right, Salman, what do you think about this game? Ravens catching 2.5 at the Browns.
I do like the Ravens here. I like them for a potential Salman special, but I hate this game. I hate this spot. I don't like the fact that the Browns play the Ravens, lost to them, go to the bye. Now you're playing them again. You just played this team, essentially. I don't like that at all. I don't like what I see from these Ravens. I'm watching too many Ravens games to my liking because Lamar Jackson is my fantasy football quarterback, so I need to see what he's doing. But I'm watching too many Ravens games. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from the Ravens. But to lose the game how they lost the game last week, I think they'll come out here more motivated than this Browns team off of a bye. And to Keith's point, I think they do the style of let's run the football better than the Browns. You beat this team 2 weeks ago. I think you go on the road here. And like we always said, or like P always says about these AFC North teams on the road, it seems like they kind of get that win more so than not. So I'm going to like the Ravens here and hope that I see something from Lamar because I haven't been seeing anything from Lamar. I need a big game out of you for my fantasy football team, week 14. I need it. So I'm gonna love the Ravens right here.
For those that don't know, Soundman, Derrick Henry was his number one pick this year. Has not won a game since the injury.
I won one.
Oh, you won one. Yeah.
That's it.
Shout out to that. All right, that's hilarious. Okay, Mike, what do you think about this game? Browns favored by 2.5 at home.
Yeah, I'm leaning Ravens here. It's crazy. We all leaning Ravens or liking Ravens. But yeah, man, they beat this team a couple of weeks ago. And neither one of y'all pointed this out, but Lamar Jackson threw 4 interceptions in this game. I don't think he's gonna play much worse than he did in that game. Also leaning with the under. I know the Ravens are number 1 against the run, but the Browns, they're still going to try to run the football. They don't trust Baker Mayfield. You can definitely see it when you watch them play. And the Ravens, they run the ball really well. So I'm definitely leaning with a dog and an under. So a little correlated parlay. But yeah, I'm leaning Ravens coming off that loss. Yeah, they probably take care of business.
How about that, Mike? I'm going to piggyback with you on that one. I like the it's possible best bet for me. I like the first half under in this game. You can get it at 21.5, 21. Obviously, I would want the 21.5. Both teams want to, establish some sort of run. The Browns or the Ravens, it's tough to run on them, period. And then, the Ravens still want to be able to run the ball. But what I think is, considering that these teams just played, within the last 3 weeks, I think it'll be, a tight game coming out. And, the Browns, are a little bit more healthier. But I always say each and every week, the way to beat this Ravens team is you point out Averett, the cornerback with the dreads, and you throw it his ass. Baker Mayfield, I'm not sure how healthy he is, within just a week.
Humphrey's also out too. He's out for the rest of the year.
All right, Humphrey is also out for the rest of the year. So I see the Ravens trying to play keep away, keep that defense off the field. And then the Browns, they're going to want to try to establish their run game, although they're probably not going to be able to. And then, and we know the Ravens sort of have been coming out slow in these first halves the last month or so. So I like the first half under in this game, especially considering that we know the Browns are going to want to run the ball. So yeah, that is a play for me on this game. First half under 21.5, Ravens at the Browns. All right. Next game on the board, Jaguars are the low Jaguars are at the Tennessee Titans. Titans favored by 9. Total of 44. Keith, I guess I'll start with you on this one. Well, let me give you some stats first. Mike Vrabel, 3-0 against the spread after a bye as a head coach. That's pretty fucking good. Jaguars just 20, 27 and 2 pushes after a loss since 2017. But what do you think about this game, Keith? Titans favored by 9 at home.
Honestly, there were no stats needed for this for me my stance on this game is pretty much set in stone when I saw it. I lean with the Titans here. The 9 is too much for me to label a team that's missing just so many of their weapons. But like I have no doubt that these Titans are going to beat these Jaguars. Like we know what both teams are. The Tigers are a team that wins games that they're supposed to. They might shock you and win one when they're not as well, but they definitely win the games they're supposed to. And the Jaguars, I don't think they're out here trying to upset anyone. So the 9 is too high for me to lay it and like it, but I'm going to lean Titans here.
Yep, and it should be noted Titans did activate Julio from IR, so he has a 21-day window. I don't know if he's going to play this game. Quickly, though, let me piggyback. I forgot to make this last point. Ravens-Browns. Ravens yards per play for the year, 5.5. Last 3 games, 4.2. Cleveland, 5.7 for the year. Last 3 games, 4.6. So those offenses are declining. All right, but yeah, back to the Jaguars at the Titans. Titans favored by 9, total 44. Mike Curry, what do you think about this game?
I guess I'm gonna lean Titans. I do like the Vrabel 3-0 against the spread after a bye. I don't know, man. I don't really know. I wish the Titans was like at full strength because then I would probably like them in this game. Derrick Henry usually goes rogue against the Jaguars, but he goes crazy against the Jaguars, but he's not playing. So just gonna lean with the Titans though.
Okay. Mike Curry leans with the Titans. Salman, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, my point exactly would be Mike Curry's point. This is a Derrick Henry game. He's not here, and the 9 is too high for me. I'm just gonna lean with the Titans here. I got nothing for this game.
I am actually going to.
Yes, I love when P lives in the muck. I love when P lives in the muck and gets really excited about the muck.
Yeah. I am actually going to lean towards the over here, 44. I think that the Jaguars, while I don't see them being able to, throw the ball much, they're 26 in that category. They turn the ball over, and the Titans, I think Mike Vrabel is a really good coach. So I could see them scoring points here, and Jaguars a few turnovers. So at a very low total of 44, I think this can go over, and the Titans have shown the ability to throw the ball. Even last time when they played the Patriots, they just had 4 turnovers. Can't have that. So, but if you do have 4 turnovers, the possibility of going over is still in play. So I would take the over in that game. But no side for me. I'm not backing the Titans. But Vrabel 3-0 against the spread after a bye. I love to see that. Vrabel, though, also just 7-11-1 against the spread as a home favorite. Ooh. Oh, that's in division. All right. Next game, the Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders are at the Kansas City Chiefs. Total of 48. Chiefs favored by 9.5. Raiders 26-21 against the spread as a road dog since 2014. The drafting of Derek Carr. The Chiefs are just 6-14 against the spread their last 20 regular season games. 11-9-1 against the spread in division games since 2018. Keith, always start with you here first. What do you think about this game, Raiders Chiefs?
I gotta lean with the Chiefs here. I can't like it. But I do have a lean with the Chiefs here. I'm still standing on the stick of fork in us. The fork is still there. I don't know what the Cowboys were doing on Thanksgiving. Maybe they're, just a little too fat, a little too banged up themselves that game. But the Raiders, we're done. We're done. This game is over. It's over for the season. I don't know about the 9.5 points with this Chiefs offense that's seem to be catching, well, not even seem to be catching the stride because Patrick Mahomes didn't throw a touchdown again. So that's why I can't like it. But it's another one of those situations that, like, I hate to say it, but I'm looking at this game just like I was looking at the Titans-Jags game. And that's just how far we fell from, like, once being in first place. I know we playing tough games, still playing tough games, but I just think it's too much to really lean with us keeping up with this Chiefs team. I would love to know what other people think about it. I see other mixed opinions.
All right. Yeah. Salman, what do you think about this game? Chiefs laying 9.5.
Like the Raiders here. Very simple for me. I'm just going to continue to fade that Chiefs trend of not covering. That's really what it's all about here. Give me the Raiders plus 9.5. They're not going to cover it. They haven't been covering. Yes, you said 11. What you said, 11-9-1 in division, but as of recently, these guys aren't covering. So I'm not going to be a prisoner of that, and I'm going to keep fading it. So I like the Raiders here in the kingdom. Like, go for it, man.
I feel that quickly. I'm gonna just like the Chiefs here minus the 9.5. It's less than 10, so that's a key number for me. With the Raiders, everybody gave them the blueprint for weeks and weeks, and they just did not pull it out. They did some cover 3 shit, and the Chiefs covered that fucking game. I'll tell you that much. So I just don't know about the the new interim coach, stuff like that. So, and the Chiefs seem to be getting better, especially defensively. So I like the Chiefs minus the 9.5. Mike Curry, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. I lean with the Chiefs, close to a like. Shama said they haven't been covering. The last time they played the Raiders, they won 41-14. So unless the spread was minus 30, then they didn't cover. But yeah, so this is a razor sharp line because that was a 2.5 point spread, and now it goes back to the Chiefs at home and it's minus 9.5. So yeah, I got to lean with them here. Defense has been playing really good, only allowing 9 points in both of their last 2 games. So it's crazy to say their defense has really been like – it's crazy to say a Chiefs team with Patrick Mahomes, the defense has been the better side of the team. But, yeah, last game, Mahomes had 5 touchdowns against the Raiders. See more of the same. Feel like the Chiefs' offense is eventually going to catch their stride, and I just feel like this is a get right game. I know it is in division, so I don't want to like just totally like say the Raiders are done, but I've been thinking they're done.
It's fine. Say it.
Yeah, it's a wrap. I mean, I was saying earlier when they were like 5-2, they weren't gonna make the playoffs. So
yeah, you were on that heavy. Yeah,
they're stamping that. And Rome said it was a hot take, but no, it ain't no hot take. It's a wrap.
All right, so that's the Raiders-Chiefs game. I gave out all the stats. All right, we're gonna do the double whammy here. One is in division. Who would you rather lay points with on the road? Actually, I'm gonna stay away from division. Would you rather lay the 5.5 with the Saints at the Jets or the 7.5 at the Texans with the Seahawks? So the Seahawks are laying 7.5 at the Texans. Saints are laying 5.5 at the Jets. I will start with me. I will take the Saints all day. I'll tell you guys.
No questions.
First of all, I'll tell you guys all the time about that. I usually don't want to take a team 6 points or more. 6 is that key number for me. If it's a 6.5 to 7, I don't want it. And if I do take it, I got to sprinkle a little bit on there where there'll be overtime. This right here is 5.5, less than 6. The Jets, they're actually pretty good as a home dog over the years, but I remember a few weeks ago this number was like 18-10-1. It's currently 18-13-1, so they haven't been holding it down like they have. Zach Wilson is back. He's awful. If you look at their passing yards per game, like on the sheet, the Jets are 12th, right? I spoke with this about Mike last week. They're only 12th because of the Mike Whites of the world and the Josh Johnsons and those that came in. They were playing for a month plus and moved them all the way up from 30th or 29th to 10th or 11th. this is not that Jets team. I like the Saints here. Come out, run the ball. I think Kamara's gonna be back this week, so I would bet this right now. Saints minus the 5.5. Possible best bet for me. And then also, oh yeah, I mean Saints 55-37 against the spread after a loss. I know that's a lot of the Drew Brees, but good coaches, they don't come by too often. So I like the Saints here minus the 5.5 rather than laying the 7.5 with Seahawks at the Texans. What do you guys think?
I mean, I definitely this is an easy call for me. I had a love on the Saints here 5.5 against these Jets. I think that defense is definitely going to travel well. It doesn't even have to travel that well to contain this Jets team that's absolutely putrid without Mike White, which is kind of crazy to say. And then the Seattle game was an absolute stay away from me for reasons honestly why you were just speaking of the last games, or maybe it was this segment, but that number, that 7.5 number, I know that the Texans are probably just as bad as the Jets, to be honest, but that 7.5 number is just ultra scary with the team that I don't think anybody is loving right now, the Seattle Seahawks. So that was a stay away from me, and I love the Saints. So it's easy for me. I'm going to Saints as well.
All right, there it is. 2 out of 2. Soundman, what do you think? Which road team would you lay the points with?
Yeah, it was probably gonna make it 3 out of 3 right now. I definitely had a super like on the Saints just because the Jets stink, and I just wasn't fading that 7.5 for the Seahawks. Just to Keith's point, I'm just not. I mean, I haven't been feeling them all year, and I'm not about to start feeling them now. And you never know with these Texans; they trying to cover sometimes. But I'm not putting my faith behind the Seahawks team in this 7.5. So
yeah, and before we get the mic, it should be noted, Texans been suspending players for little disciplinary reasons. I know Eric Reed, I don't know if it's Eric Reed or his brother Justin.
Reed.
Yeah, Justin Reed got benched last week for disciplinary reasons. This week another linebacker is, but that Seattle offense I just cannot trust like I could trust a couple years ago. So I still got to back the Saints here. Mike, what do you think though?
Yeah, let's make it 4 for 4. I'd rather lay it with the Saints. This is a Saints team that's lost 5 straight games, and they're still laying points. So that speaks volume right there. I was on the Seahawks last week. We all know, gave it out as a best bet, but that was last week. And I just feel like we could all just see the Seahawks in a dogfight with the Texans next week, just randomly.
For sure.
I think the Seahawks win next week, but I feel like we could see a dogfight with them.
You don't want to lay the 7.5 more than a touchdown. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, not with a team like that. If they're 4-8, I don't want to. Nah,
you're not doing funny stuff to run it up on the Texans. If it's that close, it's whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So definitely rather lay it with the Saints. Under a touchdown, and they're still not eliminated yet. So yeah, I'd rather do it with the coach like Sean Payton. So yeah, Kamara might come back. So yeah, that's good news.
Yep, and Saints
10 days rest too. Well,
it is. Yeah, it is.
They played on a Thursday, so yeah.
Right. And Saints do not allow you to run the ball. They are 5th in opponents' rushing yards per game. Jets are 30th in that same category. Okay, what was that? That was the Texans, Seahawks. All right. Next game on the board, the game of the week in the DMV area. The Cowboys are laying 4 points at the Washington football team, total of 48. See some heads shaking out there. I actually start with me here. Riverboat Run, baby. Come on. I'm going to stick on the train, dog. Ron Rivera in December now, 22-19-1 against the spread. That's lovely. But Ron Rivera, we talked about him as a dog in the months of November and December. 39 games now, I think. 19 outright wins, catching points here again at home. I got to roll with them. Defense been playing much better, containing the quarterback, not just kind of like, overshooting the quarterback. And Cowboys, Dak he's looked all right some weeks, and then I feel like from week to week he's up and down. So I know I think he's going to be out there. He plays much better with Amari Cooper, but I'm gonna back the football team here at home in the cold. I expect it to be like a 40-degree, 30-degree game, and let's see what the Cowboys are made of. So I'm gonna take the Washington football team here, plus the 4 points. Don't gotta win, you just gotta cover. Sound man, what do you think?
Man.
Man.
Yeah. As I wrote on the sheet, I'm gonna be a prisoner of the moment right here, man. I'm gonna love watching the football team.
Yay!
Let's fucking go, baby. Let's fucking go. That's what I'm talking about.
And I just want to let the whole Annie viewers, listeners know that, all season long, I have not rode for my team. This is the first week that, like, the fan in me is here. You know what I mean? This is right here.
Can you set the scene? What's the fit this time?
I
I know you already know. Don't fake. You already know.
I mean, I might take one of those 2 jerseys down. It's RG3 and Sean Taylor. That's it. You know what I'm saying? One of them might come down. Nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? Like, I told Pete the other day, you know what I'm saying? Every year it seems like we're 2-6 or 3-7 or 3-6, and then we make a run. You know what I'm saying? We're on the run right now. 1-4 in a row, off the night game, and here we go, man. Like, Dallas is coming to town, man. I think this is a very important game. Obviously, since the schedule came out, the first thing I saw was the fact that we have 5 divisional games to end off the season. I think if we don't win this game against Dallas this Sunday, I don't think we beat them. So I think we get swept. So I think we need to win this game. I don't think we're going to win. We're not going to win all 5 of these divisional games. I don't think we're sweeping the Cowboys this year. But if we do not win on Sunday, I think we get swept. Let's ride high. Like, let's go on a 5-game winning streak. It scares me that I think obviously the Cowboys coming off 10 days of rest. All the receivers are probably going to be there. Zeke's got 10 days rest as well. DeMarcus Lawrence came back on Thursday. They're going to be pretty much at full strength. And as I text the chat every week, we're losing bodies every week. Don't know who's going to come back and play on Sunday. Just lost Logan as well. But I think, man, this is like motivational Ron at its fullest. Get your guys out here. Get this 5th win in a row. Get the fan base, truly on your side to beat the rival. Obviously, we swept them last year. No Dak. Dak's 7-2 against us all time. So it's a lot both ways. But this is truly the fan in me. Like, yo, like, do not contact me from
analysis I ever heard.
Like, this is like I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this all week. Like, yo, I actually got a bet on this as well with a couple people, so I'm kind of scared. But listen, man. I love watching the football team. +4. We're gonna win outright. Like, let's do it, man. I love it, man.
All right, Mike Curry, what do you think about this game? Washington football team catching 4 at home.
Yeah, I put this to stay away on the sheet. I don't want to fade Ron Rivera right now. And I also feel as though the football team, they can't score 17 points and beat this Cowboys team. But I don't want to fade Ron. I just don't want to fade this team. Honestly, like I said last week, they're just coming together right now. And I don't like to fade teams when they're coming together, but it's a division game. Anything can happen. But yeah, more so I stay away. I know I talked a little bit, but yeah, I gave my reasons of why I should stay away. So yeah.
All right, stay away from Mike Curry and Keith. Papa Keith, what do you think about this game? Cowboys laying 4 in Landover.
Oh, it's a complete stay away from me. But I am loving the energy. The vibes are super high. I'm trying to be around a room full of soundmans, and I'm trying to have a plate, trying to talk about stuff. We coming off a win and an L back to back against these 2 teams. So it's honestly a win-win. I can spin it either way to really get under somebody's skin in the room. So that's really what I'm here for. It's not my popcorn game. I need a real plate, no popcorn. But yeah, it's a definite stay away from me in terms of betting.
All right, a few more games on the board. Falcons. Falcons are at the Panthers. Panthers favored by 2.5. Look ahead was 3. Total of 42.5. I'll start with me. I lean with the Falcons here. This Panthers team, I'm just unsure about them right now. Mind you, I'm a guy who had over the 7.5 wins for the season. I'm still knocking on wood. Knock on wood if you're with me, man. But yeah, so I'm hoping they can reach that 8-win mark. But I mean, I just don't know. Panthers just fired their offensive coordinator. I mean, blue chip coming out of last season. We just picked them up, apparently because we're not running the ball enough. Under Matt Rule, the Panthers are just 4-10 against the spread as a home team. I do not like that at all. There is no Christian McCaffrey. We've seen that we don't play as well without Christian McCaffrey. I have seen Cam Newton for a lot of years, And after that MVP season, Christian McCaffrey like helped him a ton. So, and I'm speaking specifically to the 2017 season when we got back in the playoffs. He needs Christian McCaffrey out there. I just don't see us, winning this game. And then Matt Ryan, I mean, he's always just had some sneaky stats, but after a loss, Matt Ryan, 52 and 44 in one push against the spread after a loss under his regime. They tend to do pretty well after a loss. So I'm going to back the Falcons here. I'm going to lean with them plus the 2.5 on the road in division. Mike Curry, what do you think about this game?
Hey, yo, y'all ever like a team, but y'all don't know why? Like, I like the Falcons plus the 2.5. Like, I don't know what it is. I mean, part of what P said, they fired Joe Brady. That was like a random firing. I just didn't really see that coming. It kind of threw me off.
Shitty
I don't know what Cam we about to see. He needs Christian McCaffrey. Like, I don't know. I really don't know what they about to be running and stuff. Like, I don't know. It's kind of too many moving parts all at once, just in a matter of a few weeks. Like, I just feel like the Cam Newton is warmed his welcome already. But I'm leaning with the Falcons here. I don't really know why. I just feel like I don't know. I'm just leaning with the Falcons here. I like a division dog, so yeah, I do like that. So yeah, I'm just like the Falcons. I really don't know why, but I do like them.
All right, Sam, man, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, you guys just swayed me the opposite way. I really had nothing for this game personally. I was going to lean Panthers just for Cam Newton's sake, but then I totally forgot that the OC got fired, as well as no McCaffrey. It was just like, yo, what is gonna happen here? Obviously, again, the Matt Ryan stats are kind of glaring as well against the spread after whatever. So I don't know. I mean, I at first in my mind, I'm just like, yo, it's going to be a push. Probably I'll win by 3. Screw the -3 here. Go Cam Newton, but I really don't know. I'm you know what? I'm just gonna still lean Cam. I'm gonna lean Panthers still through it all, through the turmoil, man. I'm gonna lean with Cam, man.
Through the turmoil. Yeah, no, I definitely have some stats on Cam Newton on the road, but he's home here. But yeah, Keith, what do you think about this game? Panthers laying 2.5 at home.
I actually like / love the Falcons here, and it's interesting because it's a little bit of a mix of analysis from what Mike Curry said, and also I don't know, just like randomly, I will give you this stat though. The Falcons are my best team this year. I'm 8-3 on games involving them. I'm 2-0 betting on them this year. So
Same though. I've been doing well with the Falcons myself. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I got a good read on games where I feel like they're going to show up. Similar to just games when I feel like teams that have veteran quarterbacks. I mean, it's fun to shit on them. You know what I mean? But it's something to say like they're going to, in so many words, like the team itself is not out there. I know people like to say the teams aren't tanking, but I really do think it's something like that ties into like the morale of the team. Like if you don't think you have anything to play for at all, like there's literally nothing that you can conceive. Like no one's gonna get up and play for a rookie to look good. Like that's not it. But like a former MVP on his last leg out here, like come on, you know what I mean? That makes it a little more sense to me. Like I get a sense that when there's games that seem winnable for the Falcons, they kind of show up. I feel like this is going to be one of those games. So I love the Falcons here. But it is pretty much more just a feeling. And it's a super fade on the Panthers. This team sucks. Oh my God. They were playing like that Bills Patriots game. But I think the weather was just fine. Like I want to say that it was okay weather.
The Panthers. I mean, the only reason I could just lean with the Falcons is because of the long bye week. Maybe Matt Rule and company can draw up a special game plan for that running game. But I can't back the Panthers here. But Cam Newton on the road. I know he's not on the road this week, but I just wanted to point it out. Since Cam Newton on the road is 12-14-1 since 2016. He is 3-10 against the spread on the road since 2018. So out of 13 games, Cam Newton has only covered 3 of those since 2018. So when you see him on the road, like we did last week in Miami, probably want to fade the guy. All right, next game. We already went over the Seahawks, Texans. The Detroit Lions. Oh man, they're at the Chicago. Oh, they're at the Denver Broncos. Broncos favored by 8, total of 42. I'm gonna start with me. I got a like on the Broncos. I just think that it's gonna be tough for this Lions team to pick themselves up, back up again. Preferably, I might go in the first half because less than a touchdown. You know, I don't like to bite the 8. And when we talk about the conditions, the altitude, the Lions have to go up there in that altitude and adjust in that first half. So if I can get that first half of 4 or less, I like the Broncos at that number. Considering that the Lions, you know, champagne was popping this past weekend. We got a W, woo-ha, woo-ha. And then you got to travel across the country to Denver, altitude. So I'm going to like the Broncos here. My guy Fangio. Specifically in the first half, but if you know, you can play the full game too. But if you do play the full game, sprinkle some on the overtime. I like the first half though. Big Fangio, 15-9 against the spread after a loss. We talked about the AFC West being a tough division. I totally agree. Outside of his division, he is 18-11 against the spread. Big Fangio is in these Broncos. So yeah, the Lions, I expect them to be back to who I really think they are. So yeah, I like the Broncos here laying the 8. Salman, what do you think?
I too like the Broncos here. Do want to give a shout out to my guy, Motor City Dan Campbell. Finally got a win. Good for you, guy. But I mean, that's all they were playing for at this point. Obviously, you're playing for much more, you know, your contract and stuff like that. But you were fighting to get your first win. You got that. And now you got to travel to Denver, as P said, you know, the altitude. And I think this Denver team is just a weird team, man. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't.
Show up against bad teams, though.
Yeah, and we got another bad team here. I think their problem is obviously we were talking about earlier, Teddy B. I mean, he was getting, you know, rushed and touched by that Chiefs defense often. I don't think the Lions are going to get that much pressure on them this week. I think Broncos D would probably make Jared Goff look like what he should have looked like instead of what the Vikings D made this guy look like last week. So I'm gonna like the Broncos here. I'll take the 8 points. I think the Lions would be deflated off such a big win. But again, shout out to my Lions, man. Took this long, but you got the win finally, man. But go Broncos this week.
Speaking of shout out, I want to shout out to Javonte Williams. Did his thing this past week. And the Lions are 28th in opponents' rushing yards per game. So he might have a big one, especially if Melvin Gordon is out. Mike Curry, what do you think about this game? Broncos favored by 8.
Yeah, definitely leaning towards the Broncos, just fading the Lions off of that ultimate high. I know, P, you know, I was pissed off because I had the Vikings on some square money action, but this has nothing to do with that. Somebody just said, I think Soundman said it. Well, one of y'all said it, but yeah, the Broncos, they've been cleaning up these bad teams. Earlier in the season, they played the Jets, Jaguars, and Giants. So they clean up those teams. And I mean, they have a couple of impressive wins too. You know, beat the Cowboys, smacked the Chargers around a couple of weeks ago. I just want to fade Jared Goff in a different element, and that's Mile High. And yeah, I like the Broncos here. So yeah, I'm gonna upgrade this to a like, but I definitely might end up riding that first half with you, that first half spread on the Broncos with you, cause
oh yeah, you're right. It just hit me though, guys. Jared Goff is going to be outside in the cold.
Outside, yeah.
I know you remember this, Keith. Vegas a few years ago in Pittsburgh. I know you remember. He fucked us on that. So last week they definitely, I don't know if they were home or away, but Vikings and Detroit play in a dome, and both times they played, it was a close game in a dome. Vikings in Detroit, he's going outside now. So I wanted to point that out. But Keith, what do you think about this game?
I'm gonna be honest. I wrote the Lions on the sheet. Purely emotional. I was ready to just coming all the first win, whatever. But I feel like I'm doing the listeners a disservice. The more and more I think about this game, it has to be, Denver or just stay away. Because like for all of the points you guys pointed out, like it's like honestly the Lions are like any other team winning a game like that, it would be like, bro, like it would not be a good week for them in the locker. It's like, bro, what was that? You know what I mean? The coaches, the coaches on your ass, like, bro, like no way we came away with it like that. We were up 20-6 at halftime for guys. You know what I mean? Like it's like, honestly, you should. if you're smart, you should just bet with the Denver if you're gonna go with this game, and we can move on. But I was ready to shit on Denver. Just know that.
Yeah, that should be not. It's a lot of ways to take. I mean, the total is 42. You cut that in half. So that's 20, 21.
I lean with the under as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of team totals. I mean, if you take away that 8, that's 34. Divide that by 2 is about, probably not enough for me to go under the Lions team total. But I may go over the no, I'm gonna leave the team totals alone. Seems about just about right.
Over that Javonte Williams prop you already mentioned.
All right. Last few games on the board. Giants are at the Chargers. Chargers favored by 10 and a hook. Total 44.5. Stay away from me. Keith, AFC West, what you got for me?
I gotta lean on the Giants here. And honestly, I think that my pure analysis of this game is, and I'm more so like the props here. I think you can get Saquon, who is still one of the most talented. He's one of the better backs in the league. Props on super sale here. The Chargers are terrible against running backs. And they're actually pretty okay, I guess, against the pass. In my opinion, I gotta run that by the numbers. But I think that this is gonna be a big game for Saquon Barkley. I'm moving forward. This is like my last hurrah as a huge Saquon fan. I'm looking at it, and 10.5 is just way too much for Giants defense, who's actually been playing pretty okay as of late, especially against the pass, like what the Chargers like to get at you and do. Yeah. I fully expect the Chargers to still win this game, but I do think it's going to be one of those close nail biters. Good stats for Herbert. People are going to cheer for him, and I'm going to be like, what? It was the Giants. And I'm going to be mad, but 10.5 is way too much. I lean with the Giants.
Yep. Mike Curry, what do you think about this game? Chargers laying 10.5 at home.
I lean Giants. I want to know what's up with Daniel Jones.
Huge caveat.
Yeah, right. I gotta know what's up with him, and then that'll correlate to Daniel Jones as a road dog, and then that'll also correlate with the Chargers basically playing all their games on the road because they don't have a real home stadium. It's gonna be probably some Giants fans in there, so
yep.
Just leaning with the Giants, but obviously I don't know what's up. I gotta see. I won't lean with them if there's Mike Glennon in there. So yeah.
Yeah, should be. Yeah, Mike Glennon's awful. But yeah, I mean, I think that Saquon, very good example. I mean, the Chargers are 31st in opponents rushing yards per game. And I mean, the 10.5 is just a lot of points for a team that, they just tried to just get back in the win column last week. And the backdoor cover is alive. So yeah, I can't do it. Soundman, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, a lot of variables in this. I'm gonna lean Giants as well.
Oh wow, I thought I was gonna be on the limb with this.
No. The stats definitely say Giants. The stats say Giants.
It's also P always points out the road Giants. Keenan's got COVID. Is Bosa gonna play? It's a lot going on here. So 10.5 seems like a lot. So I'm just gonna lean Giants off the strength.
Yep, 10.5 is a lot. I think this team, their priority is to win, not to win by double, 2 possessions or more. But I did want to point out, like I said, all the stats are with the Giants. Giants 13-6 against the spread as a road dog since 2019, 19-14 against the spread versus the AFC during that same span, 16-12 against the spread after a loss under that same span. While the Chargers under Justin Herbert, 5-7 against the spread as a home fave, 6-6 against the spread after a win, 9-10 against the spread non-division games. So
all 3-point games between the Chargers and all the NFC East teams they played so far.
Right, and now they're laying 10.5 with a great road dog, but we'll see. No quarterback, perhaps. All right. Next game on the board, 49ers are at the Bengals. Bengals favored by 1. Total is 47.5. This one's interesting. Keith, I'm gonna start with you. What do you think about this game? 49ers at the Bengals. Bengals favored by 1.
Me personally, it's a very slight lean with the Bengals. More so for their ability, like you said in pre-pod, they definitely stopped the run. And I feel like that's a lot of what the 49ers like to do. Even some of their passing yards it's honestly just running plays. People are catching the ball, but behind the line of scrimmage and manufacturing yards that way. So I think game flow wise, I expect or hope that think that the Bengals will be able to, take control of the game. But on the other side of the coin, what the San Francisco 49ers like to do a lot, what they do is take away the pass. Something that the Bengals obviously they live off of in game situation. They're always going to pass. The last couple of years, they were leaning a little bit more on Mixon giving them the ball, but pretty much throughout the whole year, and ever since they drafted Joe Burrow, which is expected, they pass in pretty much neutral situations. So I'm going to lean with the Bengals here, but I'm going to say, like, if you do have a strong like either way, I would play the alternate line, like, go for, add some money on it, because I do think it's a game where whoever strength takes over, whoever like wills the game is going to pretty much control it. I don't think it's going to be a close game, but it's going to become more of a clashing of styles to me. If this is a close game, it's going to be weird. It's probably going to be super ugly and nothing that I'm actually watching.
Gotcha. For me, I'm gonna go quickly. I like the Bengals here. I think this is a good spot for them. I hate to back them after a win, but they're 15-13 against the spread after a loss. We talk about them stopping and running. They're fourth in opponents' rushing yards per game. 49ers want to run the ball. They're down to pretty much just one running back now. They was kind of using Debo as their second guy. I expect Debo to be out this week. Maybe he can come back after this week. But the 49ers are handicapped without Debo, as Mike said on last week's What's the Line podcast, brought to you by anothergreatadventure.com. But Mike made those good points. I back with Seattle last week. And I've been waiting to fade these 49ers. So I feel like this is also a good spot. And you can run the ball on these 49ers. They give up over 114 rushing yards per game, 18th in the league. So if you were able to establish that run, play action opens up, and we know these Bengals can throw the ball. They're 10th in passing yards per game. So I'm going to back them here, and I'm going to fade Kyle Shanahan, who was 17-20-1 against the spread after a loss under his regime. So that's how I feel about it. Salman, did you go over on this already?
I have not.
Okay.
Pains me to say. I haven't been on the Niners side all year. Big NFC West guy. Potential Soundman special here for these 49ers, man. What a weird interconference game. Both of these teams in the thick of, that playoff wild card spot. I think this is a very important game for both teams. And I think the Niners wanted more this week. Granted, banged up. You need the Debo, the Fred Warners of the world is coming back this week. Dislocated finger for Joey Burrow, and Josh Norman stinks. So it's a lot that's going on both sides, right? I have no idea. It's going to be an ugly game. I think to Keith's point, whoever's strength works is probably going to take over and take advantage in this game. But this guy Kittle is finally not a blocker anymore. He's coming alive. Let's torch this Bengals defense somehow, some way. They're giving up 256 a game, which is 27th. I'm gonna take the 49ers here, man, to go to the Nasty Natty and get a 4:00 ugly game, get an ugly W here, man. Get into the thick of this playoff race. I think just like Keith's Raiders, man, these Bengals were once 5-2. Now they're sitting at 7-5. Not completely dead, but at one point they were the number one seed in the AFC. So it's just like they've kind of fallen off in the rain. So maybe fall one more time in this interconference battle to these Niners out from out west. So I like the Niners here to win outright. Potential Soundman special.
All right, there it is. Potential Soundman special. 2 games left on the board.
I ain't going to the game.
Oh, you didn't go? Go ahead, Mike.
I got to see what's up with Debo Samuel. If I would have played the 49ers, he's just that important to me. I know Kittle did look really, really good last week, and he's looking like he's getting back there. But it's gonna be a good game considering both teams are coming off a loss. So just leaning Bengals here. I think they do have an advantage with their wide receivers and the weak secondary of the 49ers. But yeah, I gotta see what's up with Debo Samuel though. He's that important for me to make an executive decision. So just leaning Bengals for right now.
Yeah, Debo definitely is that important. Shout out to the Gamecocks. Steve Spurrier's guy. All right, next game. Bills are at the Bucks. Bucks favor by 3.5 now. Total of 52.5. I don't really have it. This is probably stay away from me. Popcorn game. But Soundman, what do you think about this one?
Yep, I wrote that on the sheet. I said Keith's line, popcorn game for sure.
All right, Keith, what do you think about this game?
I'm gonna make it a trifecta. I don't know if I had popcorn for this, honestly. Not feeling the storylines. Both quarterbacks teams are F to me, but I'll probably watch. I'll definitely watch it. But I'm gonna be fat happy off that Dallas that Dallas WFT. What I mean? I'm just be living off that high, to be honest. But no, this should be a good game late night. Like honestly, an actual good game. But I got nothing for the spread.
Looks like this is gonna be looks like it's gonna be a 4 p.m. game.
Oh my God, same time? No way. Am I gonna be the dude? Oh my God, maybe that's my lane. I'm the guy that's like, hey, put the Bucks game on. Oh man. All right, I'll figure it out. But yeah, I have nothing for this one.
All right, and it looks like Bills. I mean, they're 12th in opponents rushing yards per game, but they were about like 4th before they went against the Patriots. So Patriots shit it all on them. Mike, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, it's a stay away from me. But I think I'm gonna just lean with the over though. I don't really got nothing for this game though.
Yeah, if I had to lean anyway, I would lean with the Bucks. I mean, this Bills team, they're flawed. As I watch, what's the quarterback's name? Josh Allen a couple weeks ago. I had Emmanuel Sanders on my fantasy team. Shout out to you, Keith. Saw you picked him up. He just would not look his way. He was just looking at Diggs the whole time. I was like, I can't do this. So I was like, man, I can't get with this team right now. So if I had to choose, I would definitely go with the Bucks and MVP Tom Brady. Shout out to him. All right. Last game on the board for us. The Bears are at the Packers. Packers favored by 12 and a hook. Total is 43.5. Give you some numbers. Packers 10-6-1 against the spread after a bye under Aaron Rodgers. 50-33 losses against the spread, division games. Fuck, he's good. 64-62-3 against the spread after a win are the Packers. Bears give you some numbers. 10-17 against the spread after a loss under head coach Matt Nagy. Or 11-10 against the spread though, division games. Salman, what do you think about this one?
Stayed away, but unless that toe gets stubbed by my guy Rodgers, it's over. It's gonna be an ugly game for the Bears.
All right, Mike Curry, what do you think?
Yeah, gonna lean Packers just because Aaron Rodgers said he owns them. Don't really got too much though. Just gonna lean with the Packers. Also coming off a bye too, so yeah, they should come out looking pretty sharp. So I'm gonna lean Packers. Maybe like Packers first half. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like that.
I can see that. And Keith, what do you think about this game? Packers laying 12.5 in division.
Legit, Mike Curry stole my train of thought. I was gonna be like, I'm definitely not betting against a Dwight that's that confident. He's pulling out the own word right now. It's like 2021. Like, bro, if you willing to go that far, you got it, bro. I'm not about to bet against you. Because you fear nothing, bro. He fears nothing. And he definitely does not fear the Bears. So I don't know what he got. Literally, Jordan Love is in the protocol and no one's talking about it. He's like, where'd he get from? I'm done. I'm not betting against this man. He owns it. He owns the world.
For me, it is actually a strong lean on the Bears. I'm not gonna like it just yet. I want to see some more injury news, but it's a lot of fucking points for an in-division game. And there, like I said it last week, Mike, right? There's some deflation with this Bears offense. You think of Justin Fields, who are 32nd in passing yards per game. The Bears are still 32nd in passing yards per game, but it's been going up by 10 yards every game that Andy Dalton's been in. It went from like 132, 143, 150. Now it's at 173 passing yards per game. So I think they're going to be able to throw the ball. And I like the over here, especially considering that, we think Green Bay is going to score. But I'd rather catch a 12.5 with a Packers team coming off a bye. And they're certainly on their high horse, talking about you own a team. And, Bears fans won't forget that. So, I mean, the Bears fans and the team, you just want to come out, maybe take a late hit, shit like that. Like you don't say things like that in a professional, football game. He says they own the team. Well, you got to win by 14 or more, so I like the Bears here, plus the 12.5 in division, coming off a bye week. And Aaron Jones, I still don't know if he's 100% healthy. So I'll take the Bears plus the 12.5. And now, tease me picks, gentlemen. Tease me picks.
I don't know why I'm surprised every time. Like, oh,
see what we got here. I will start with me. We're gonna do 6-point teaser. Give me. I don't want to touch the motherfucking Seahawks. Give me the Broncos -2. Love a good 2. Love a good 2. And give me the. I need a dog. Oh, give me the Bears plus 18.5.
oh, you mother.
Yes, I'll take that.
All right. I'm gonna keep. I literally have the same two in my head, but I'm actually gonna keep the Broncos though because I actually love that one. The -2 for the Broncos. I'm gonna keep that with one of mine. And but Rome's not here, so I don't care. I'm teasing the Saints across 0. Don't lose to the Jets. Just don't lose to the Jets. It's just like what's going on? Like, just don't lose to the Jets. I'm gonna tease the Saints up to plus half a point. It's like tie. You can tie. Just literally,
if you tie or actually Roman's pulled that off before, so he probably won't remember, but I certainly do. He went through 0 and he was like plus a half a point. But all right, Salman, what do you got for me? Tease me pick.
I was feeling the Denver too, but I'll leave the Denver. I'm going to do Atlanta plus 9. And I'm going to take the Niners plus.
Oh, hold on. They're 2.5 right now.
I'm sorry. I see 3, but I'll take it at 8.5 as well. The Niners. Niners still plus 1.
The Niners. I forgot what page you're on. Yeah, they're still plus 1.
All right, give me plus 7, man.
All right, plus 8.5 with Atlanta, plus 7 with the Niners. Mike Curry, undefeated. Teasing picks.
Just had to say that. It's a little pressure here. Yeah, 3-0. Last week was cool, no sweat. I wanted to like really go crazy and give out a third leg because I was going to add the Seahawks in my teaser, but that would have hit too. But yeah, Broncos, that was my one leg, and then Falcons was the other. So what's that? Broncos -2, Falcons plus 8.5.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do it.
And there it is. And now, best bets presented by Bluehost.
That Ravens teasing them out would have been chill too the whole time. Plus 8.5.
Oh yeah, they catch him right, but you never know. Lamar might throw 4.
All right, I'm out. Gotta watch it, baby. I'll let y'all boys, man.
All right, man.
All right, bro.
All right, y'all boys.
All right, y'all.